If you spend enough time looking into a dog's eyes, a quiet doubt eventually creeps in. Are the tail wags proof of genuine affection? Or are we simply being manipulated by a highly effective transactional machine seeking its next meal and a warm place to sleep? We rely heavily on spoken words and grand gestures to validate our emotional connections. The animal kingdom, meanwhile, is driven by the necessity of survival and resource guarding. It is easy to assume that we are projecting complex human emotions onto a creature acting on pre-programmed survival cues. This animated timeline maps canine evolution, showing the exact point of domestication. Thousands of years of cohabitation physically rewired the canine neurological structure. They diverged from the strict hierarchy of a wolf pack and developed new pathways optimized exclusively for integrating with human society. As the timeline dissolves into these biological profiles, we see the mechanics of that integration. This maps the oxytocin loop, the exact chemical bonding mechanism shared between human mothers and infants. When a dog and a human share positive interactions, both experience an identical, synchronized spike in this bonding hormone. When the chemistry of a dog's brain matches the signature of a bonding human parent, the distinction between instinct and affection begins to dissolve. We are not simply reading human language into their behavior. We are witnessing a shared biological reality. Decoding that vocabulary starts by ignoring their highly active moments of play and instead examining their passive spatial placement within your home. A dog will often abandon a comfortable bed in an empty room to sleep on a hard floor, simply to remain in your line of sight. They will trail behind you from room to room, and when sitting, they will intentionally shift their balance, pressing their entire body weight firmly against your legs. We often mislabel these proximity behaviors as neediness. In a dog's mind, entering a state of rest is an act of deep vulnerability. By placing their physical body within your immediate radius while their guard is down, they're actively participating in a shared system of safety. This explains how dogs select a specific favorite person in a busy household. They gravitate toward the individual who offers emotional consistency, a steady routine, and a calm energy. That person becomes a psychological anchor. By choosing to anchor themselves to you during their most vulnerable moments, a dog is declaring you their ultimate safe harbor in an unpredictable world. Once that baseline of passive safety is established, dogs engage in active displays of connection. They frequently use objects of high personal value to initiate shared emotional experiences. When a dog drops a favorite toy at your feet, we naturally assume they want a game of fetch. In reality, they are offering up a prized possession as an instinctual gesture to share joy and reinforce the social bond. This split-screen diagram breaks down the subtle muscular shifts of canine facial microexpressions. We tend to interpret any tail wag as happiness, but true affection is read in the face. Notice the tense posture on the left compared to the affectionate expression on the right, characterized by a softened brow, relaxed ears, and a loose jaw. Notice also the sustained eye contact. Across almost the entire animal kingdom, an unbroken stare is treated as a hostile threat. In a departure from their wolf ancestors, dogs adapted eye contact to function as a tool for intimacy exclusively with humans. These quiet micro-behaviors eventually scale up into the intense physical excitement we see during reunions. A dog learns to recognize the unique, specific rhythm of your footsteps on the pavement long before your hand ever touches the doorknob. These daily greetings and active gestures act as a sophisticated system of checking in. Every leaning stretch, every shared toy, and sustained look is a deliberate effort to maintain your shared emotional bond. The highest and most complex tier of the canine bond reveals itself when we are at our lowest. Dogs possess a profound emotional intelligence, specifically tuned to process human distress. This abstract visualization maps canine chemosensory empathy. A dog's empathy is a multi-sensory process. As they witness the physical tension in a human face, their specialized receptors simultaneously catch the scent of cortisol, the chemical signature of stress. When they detect this distress, their behavior shifts immediately. The natural desire to run and play is overridden, replaced by a quiet, vigilant presence. This creates the most profound, silent imagery of a dog's loyalty. They will sit motionless beside a sick owner's bed for hours, or wait patiently by a door for someone who has left and isn't coming back. What began millennia ago as a biological mechanism to ensure they had a warm fire and a reliable source of food has outgrown its original purpose. It has evolved into genuine interspecies empathy. A dog lacks the physical anatomy to ever speak the words, "I love you," yet they dedicate the entirety of their short lives to finding thousands of quiet, physical ways to prove it every single day.